Alright, my project's the supybot user interface. This is, I consider it like a second midterm because I plan on working a lot more during winter break, but this is the final presentation for this semester. This is a recap. It's basically supybot is an IRC bot implementation. If you want to see it, you should check out the RCOS channel. There's a slightly finicky one working there right now. And this is a user interface that will allow users to configure their bot. So it's a really nice, because right now the only option to do that would be either manually editing the configuration or going into IRC, logging in with the bot, and then using all terminal commands to talk to it. So it's kind of annoying. And I'm running it in Django now, actually. Someone came up to me about a month and a half ago and said, you should give Django a second chance. And I said, okay. So I sat down and I really liked it, actually. So I decided to I don't really have to start to scratch too much, like the authentication stuff I can still use. It's all Python still. The cool thing about Django, the concept project actually described it a lot, all the models and stuff, its relational databases. It's really cool that you don't have to actually interface with SQL directly. And it actually gave me a different perspective on how I want the product to go overall. These are just the features, the same ones that I listed before. Being able to check on the stats, error logs, so you can actually view those in a nice user-friendly setting. So maybe they'll pop up as little notifications while you're logged into the interface. You can actually see it in real time, and it'll tell you exactly what kind of level the error is, what data error, user error, etc. And modify the feeds. Right now, the bot reports on all the RCOS projects, or at least some of them. That's something to be worked on at the bot level. But yeah, that's one of the cool things, to be able to modify those on the web interface, so you can just change it. So when the dashboard updates next semester, those can be edited really quickly right there, if not automatically. I'm just going to skip right to the scheduled progress. Yeah, right now I'm at basically putting the configuration together. Authentication's working pretty well. I'll get into it on the next slide because I have a little diagram. But basically, yeah, during winter break I'll have one hopefully deployed, and I'll have either more there or a couple of the mentors on there, and they can use it and see how it works and if it's any beneficial to RCOS, and then maybe deploy the bot and the user interface together for other organizations that would like to be able to report on progress of various statuses and stuff like that. So it'd be pretty cool to have that as like a package deal eventually. I think they go hand in hand. So. Right now, this is basically how the thing works. There's an overlayer, which is Django provides an admin, so one person, like a super user, can log in and actually change the settings of the application itself. And then this is more of where users would be able to do it. Anyone with an account with the bot that would have these kind of permissions with the actual bot, which it handles by itself. Basically, the user interface, you log in and authenticates with the, basically pulls the salt out, uses the password you provide to log in, creates the key, checks the key against the one that the bot has. If you're good to go, it goes, grabs all the configurations, puts it in a database, and then when you edit the configuration in the application, you're actually changing the values in that database. And then when you're done, it backs up the current configuration and takes all the database, imports it into a config file for what the bot uses, and that's basically how that works. So then what you end up with is the current configuration changes, and the user interface creates a backup file of what it was in case you accidentally, have something point in circles out of feed or something and screw the bot up and it crashes. It'll have a new backup to revert to before you mess it up. I have a to-do list still. Right now, the password algorithm isn't actually it's not its own application. I want to make it a specific Django app, so it'd be pretty cool. It's actually not a lot of code. I just haven't got around to that yet. Then being able to import and export the database values to that configuration file is another thing that's probably going to be like another app. That's the cool thing with Django. Actually, I liked a lot is that everything is very, very modular. What was I gonna? Database. Oh, okay. So this was basically the bot has its own databases. I initially didn't even think of looking at those ever with this application, but it'd be really nice to be able to actually access the databases the bot is using at the moment. Like right now, it stores a lot of the current, the last posted feed data, user statistics, the last time they saw a specific user, and has all that stored in SQL databases. It'd be really cool to be able to pool that information and actually edit those databases through maybe models in the Django application. Yeah. And winter break, hopefully this will be finished. And the bot in the channel right now is really finicky. Actually, Joe just brought to my attention. It's reporting on the same feeds multiple times apparently when
that could also be somebody's changing their couple of things.
Well, I noticed actually because the Tumblr one for MCDS, apparently that feed goes offline every now and then, and when it checks the feed and it's not there, it wipes out its records. It's like, oh, the person deleted all their posts, so I'm just going to delete all our records because they obviously want them deleted. And then when it comes back online, it sees it as a new post, and it's really annoying. So I have to actually edit the actual bot code. So that's why.
Or you can ask Brendan not to go offline. That is the media content delivery system.
I'm sure. I feel like that would be a little more tricky, but yeah, that's so it'd be really cool to package this actually together, because since I've done actually a decent amount of modifications to the bot code itself, which is open source and it's licensed in the same license, I figure I'll just put them together eventually, and have them almost as like a package deal. So you get a user interface and you get a bot with the basic feed functionality, and basically all the plugins installed that this user interface is designed to configure, and they'll come together and it'll be really easy to deploy, make an installer and everything. And yeah, problem so far. It's been a really busy semester, but I'm really excited to work on it during winter break. And Django. Yeah, it's really fun learning it. If you guys are into rapid web development, it's really cool. I'm sure most of you have heard of it if you're into it. And the bot's really finicky. The bot I use for testing isn't as bad because I don't have it hooked up to as many things as the one that's been live for 10 weeks on the ComSci server that's running in the room right now. Like, for example, I just checked in and it generated a 15 megabyte log file in one file. It's impossible to check through that at this point, and it's getting bigger every day, so I need to change a lot of the stuff so it can put that in multiple files, stuff like that. But other than that, it's been pretty smooth. This is a plug for the RCOS channel. I've already spit that out a lot, but yeah, that's a link. You can check out if you haven't been there. You don't have to install anything. And here's contact info, and thanks. Thanks for all you guys, and more than Sean, Sullivan, and the mentors. So, any questions? What's up?
Me? Yeah, so you talked a lot about your plans for the future, and supybotUI is like a UI on top of supybot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what sort of advancements have you made this semester in terms of source code?
Well, personally, I have a bunch of Django code myself. I haven't pushed a lot of it. I think I'm doing that during winter break. But basically, there's a bunch of user configurations pages for all the different. What supybot has them in long strings, supybot dot RSS dot this, and then the data for it. So basically, those are now. If you click on the Django app, it comes up as little blips, and it prints out what the values are. And it's basically this, and then you go to the bottom, hit set, and those set. And that sets in the database, and when you're finally done, it pushes it out to the config file. So that's basically what's there now.
Why isn't that in the repo yet?
I haven't pushed it. I'm honestly new to the whole repo thing. I haven't taken even SD&D yet or any of those classes, so open source is still a little new to me. But I mean, I have this whole philosophy when I work that I want everything to be perfect before I put anything somewhere. And right now it's really disgusting. But it'll be up there by the end of winter. You guys can take a nice look at it.
Don't worry. We all do disgusting things. That's okay.
That's the mentality I don't get.
Okay. I have two suggestions. One is, this is the bot suggestions is, one thing is there are lots of URLs get posted in the chat box.
Yeah.
If you can gather all the URLs that get posted, that would be a useful thing to have.
What do you mean gather? So they're visible somewhere that you can check on later if you're
Right,
that's
right.
Okay, so
the URL is posted. Yes. That is one. The second question is, you should have Wolfram Alpha. Wolfram Alpha.
For Matt?
Yeah. because I do the calculation all the time and I need.
It can do math. It can do two. It has two different math algorithms. One runs it through Google and one runs it through itself.
Google is no good. No, I should say. Okay, let's have thanks.